Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Mic check. Testing 1 2 3. Good evening, football fans. Beautiful evening here, Friday evening here in State Center. The Trojans are getting warmed up to take on the guests from South Hamilton. And tonight's week 3 action, last game before district play starts. Before we get started tonight, like always, we've got a highlight film from last week's game against Nevada, which we'll talk about briefly, and then we'll move on to the Coach's Corner and preview tonight's game. So, a few highlights from last week's game against Nevada. All right, we'll move to the Coach's Corner. Sorry about that. Had some technical difficulties with the highlights from last week's game between the Trojans and Nevada. Connor Kimmer and TJ Jakey met with Coach Hackett earlier this week and got his thoughts about last week's game and then what he expects tonight as the Trojans take on the Hawks.
Hi, I'm Connor Kemmer and TJ Jakey, and we're here with head coach Cody Hackett. We're going to ask him some questions before the South Hamilton game on Friday night. How do you think last week's game went against Nevada?
Last week's game against Nevada, we did some good things, and obviously we did some bad things as well. So, I look at that game as an opportunity for us to get a lot better. We obviously went up against a lot better opponent than the week before. Nevada was ranked, they're in a bigger class than us. They're ranked in the top 10, so we knew coming into the game that it was going to be a tough one. And then we battled some injuries throughout the game and mixing some guys around up front that normally don't play some of those positions. So it's just, we're pretty young up front, and, I think some of those guys got an eye-opener of what it feels like to play against a good team on a Friday night. But I don't ever question our toughness at times, our effort. But overall, it's just we got to get better and get better at things that we need to get better at. Maybe not so much worry about what our opponents do, but get better at the things we need to do to get better as a team overall.
How did practice go this week?
This is a little bit different week. Practice we had with Labor Day. We still had a practice Monday, but with no school, so it kind of gets the players in a little bit of a funk, I think, a little bit. And then Tuesday night we had a varsity and freshman game away. So Tuesday night we only had about 17 guys at practice, so it's kind of hard to get through everything, but we made it work. But overall it was a good practice on Tuesday, and last night we had everybody back. They were enthused, they were energized, and I think they knew after last Friday's loss that maybe it's time to step up and have better practices and be sharp and execute. And we always talk about our preparation's our separation, and the better we prepare, the more likely that we'll win on Friday night. So like I tell them too, it's Monday through Thursday is what wins games on Friday, and you can't just show up on Friday and expect to win.
What are some things that you're going to have to change after week 2?
I think it's another non-district game, so we're going to move some people around and figure out what they can do, and not going to get quite into details about that, but just move some guys around, see what they can do at different spots, and try to change up a little differently offensively to get things maybe going in the right direction. Defensively, I think we're doing fine. We fly around the football. Did they score points on us last Friday night? Yeah. But we just had some miscues, some missed tackles, and that's how they scored on some big plays. So we eliminate the big plays, I think we'll be fine. So we'll just mix some guys up and see what some other guys can do.
What could you tell us about South Hamilton?
South Hamilton, West Marshall has a long history. You go back to the Des Moines Register a few years back. The top 20 rivalry games in the state of Iowa was West Marshall and South Hamilton. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to play them here lately. I think we played them probably 6 years ago. So it's kind of nice getting that team back on the schedule. It'll be a rivalry. It'll be tough. They're a wishbone type team. So their linemen fire off the football. They stay low. They're physical. They're tough. And we got to be ready to go. We can't start out like we did last week. So it'll be a fun atmosphere, good environment for our kids, and both teams are 1-1, so both teams are looking for their second victory on the year. So it'll be a hard-fought contest, and one thing we have going for us is that it's another home game for us. So maybe having more people in the stands and the louder we can get, the better we'll play.
All right, that was Coach Cody Hackett. We'll see you next week.
I'm gonna see something's running in the background. I gotta.
Again, good evening and welcome to Friday night football here in State Center as the Trojans take on the South Hamilton Hawks. Both teams come in with a 1-1 record. Trojans looking to rebound after a tough contest last week with 3A ranked Nevada. It'll be fun tonight to see how the team responds here. Should be a pretty quick game tonight. South Hamilton comes in tonight with, I believe, 3 total passes attempted, none completed. So the clock, I would assume, will just keep running tonight. So. This is the last non-district game for both teams. After tonight's game, the Trojans will head to Sheraton to start district play. And they'll be back home against Iowa Falls for homecoming and on the road for PCM. That should be a fun matchup. Two ranked teams. I think PCM is 9 and we are 10 right now. And we'll go to Roland Story and then finish our district play at Albia. Again, this year different. Instead of 9 regular season games, there are 8, and then they expanded the playoffs by a round. So it should be, everybody can get 9 games if they want. If you don't make the playoffs, you can choose to play a 9th game if you want. Find an opponent that wants to play. Certainly, Trojans are hoping that they're looking for an opponent, that they'll be assigned one by the Iowa High School Athletic Association in the playoffs. Do have a number change, so if you are listening along and you get your rosters from Varsity Bound, Seth Larson for the Trojans will be number 56 tonight instead of 30. I think he'll still be in the secondary on defense, but he has moved to the offensive line, so he's got to have a number between 50 and 50, 60s, or 70 to play on the offensive line. So Steph's going to give a try, I believe, at a quick tackle and try to get those backside blocks for the Trojans. Like we said, South Hamilton comes in tonight 1-1. They were victorious over Roland Story first week of the season, won 48-20. And they traveled for their first road game of the season, lost to South Hardin 6-20. Like I said, they like to run the ball. They have yet to complete a pass on the season. So Cameron Mitchell's band is getting ready to take the field. So the Pride of West Marshall here will provide the national anthem for us. Again, beautiful night for football. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Big game in just 20 miles west of here tomorrow. Probably a little bit warmer. I think it'll be low 90s probably on the field, or if you're at the game, probably feel like upper 90s or maybe even to triple digits. So it'll be a warm day in Ames tomorrow. An exciting day for our state as well. 2 top 10 ranked teams, and College game day will be in town, so be able to showcase our great state and the great people that live in our state.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to West Marshall High School for tonight's high school football non-district matchup between the Hawks of South Hamilton and the West Marshall Trojans. The Hawks enter tonight's competition with a 1-1 record, as do the Trojans. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem by the Pride of West Marshall Marching Band.
Bob, you're on.
We're good? Great rendition of the national anthem there by the Trojan Marching Band. Great way to kick off tonight, and again, a special weekend. Visited a lot of classrooms today, and some great lessons today on September 11th, 20 years ago today. Some great stories, some great job by our teachers of sharing some things that took place that day with our students. One of the common themes that a lot of our teachers shared was just how awesome it was to see our country come together after a terrible tragedy, and just encouraging our students to do that on a daily basis would be a great way to honor those that lost their lives during that terrible tragedy. So again, we're getting ready to settle in here for tonight's game. About 2 minutes before kickoff, captains are going to be off for the Hawks. Like I said, I would expect to see the Hawks to try to establish the line of scrimmage. And they're going to run the balls, play after play after play. So the Trojans will be defending the south end zone here to start tonight's game. Again, a beautiful night here in State Center.
West Marshall won the toss in the third of the second half. The Trojans will kick to start the game tonight. South Hamilton back to receive.
Let's see, Peyton Hart's getting ready to get the ball teed up here, and we've got Gavin Svensson, number 11. And I believe Preston Vanderpool back deep for the Hawks.
Peyton Hart tees it up for the Trojans.
Hart with a nice kick. Jeez, nice kick. Pushes it back all the way down to the 5. Good coverage. And let's see, that looks like Graham Nason with the tackle at about the 25. So a really good kick by Peyton. Nice high kick. Made Svensson catch the ball at about the 5. And good coverage. Hawks come out in a wishbone formation. No room there at all for the running back. I see Valinga in on the tackle. Also Austin Fonz. No gain there. Bring up 2nd and 10.
Katie Valinga and Austin Fonz on the stop for the Trojans. 2nd down and 10 coming up from the 26-yard line for the Hawks.
Same formation here. Wishbone for the Hawks. It's time of a fullback trap up the middle. Preston Pope on the tackle. Gain of about 2 or 3. And don't expect, it's 3rd and 8, but don't expect the ball to be put in the air. Again, that's what's happened so far this season. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to happen tonight, but with 2 games, no completions on the year, you're probably not going to look to throw a whole lot. And here they come, the wishbone formation again. Be nice for the Trojans to get a stop right away here. Oh, no room at all. Oh, I got fooled there. I thought it was handed off to the fullback. Instead, I believe it was handed off to number 23, Landon Scartweet for the first down.
Scartweet with the carry for the first down.
Probably won't be the first time that I get faked out tonight.
Graham Nason with the stop for West Marshall.
Still 1st and 10 for the Hawks at their own 40. Yeah, so it doesn't make a whole lot of difference down in distance here. Going to have the ball on the ground here for the Hawks. Looks like a carry for about 2 yards.
Blake Harris on the
Seth Larson, 56 with a tackle. And again, we told you he's
Second down and 8.
being moved from a really didn't play offense before, so moved him to an offensive lineman. Help with the depth there. So we're setting up the return, so there's not much pressure on the punter. Nason bobbled the punt, but looks like he falls on it. At about the 18 of West Marshall.
Just kicked out the camera over there.
First down and 10 from the 18-yard line with 8:12 to go in the first quarter.
You want to get back on it?
Hmm?
You know how to get back on it? Oh, I guess it's your wife, so you should be logged into it. It's running a terminal check back behind, so basically it's saying you were online streaming before something came on. Something came up that was suspicious, and our domain picked it up, and now it's not letting it buffer.
Hart with the first carry. Gain of about a yard.
It's going to restart here as soon as we do this. And I'll have to put in the new string key.
Preston Pope with the carry.
Go back into here. Hit no.
Landon
Go back in
Circuit
here.
on the stop for South Hamilton.
Let's go cancel.
But she's got a Mountain Dew and she's got a sucker for every quarter. Plus one for halftime. And a monster overtime. And a monster anything. He's ready to go.
Special shout out tonight to our cheerleaders, seniors Addison Lander and Ari Duncan, juniors Bailey Tompkins and Reagan Sorjahan and Liz Lang,
I'll put the scores back in and everything.
And Abby
So go ahead and go. We're live.
And freshman Riley Sorjahan, Natalie Nichols, and Addie Benson.
Oh, I know how to do that.
So just go.
Second down and 10,
So
coming up for
you
South
have to do the
Hamilton.
overlay now on it.
Coming as we
So what I'm
start the
just going to
second
do, I'm just going
quarter.
to do one if you're okay with that.
Yeah. We don't even have to worry about. We're on. All right, sorry for the technical difficulties. I'll try to recap kind of what you missed here. We are starting the second quarter. As we stated at the beginning of our broadcast, this would be a fast game. The Trojans stopped South Hamilton on their first possession after an initial first down. And then the Trojans marched down the field, pounded the ball at South Hamilton, and then a big pass play to Graham Nason got us into scoring position, and Trojans punched it in for a touchdown, and then Peyton Hart found Preston Reese for the 2-point try, so it's 8-0. South Hamilton is now starting their second possession. They've got it 1st and 10 at the South Hamilton 48. So we're 8-0. About 11 minutes to go here in the first half. Be probably a game with very few possessions, as like we said, South Hamilton is just going to run the ball play after play. So the clock will just keep moving. Here we are, 1st and 10, wishbone formation. Hand off to the second back. Nice run there. Looks like a first down carry for the Hawks. That was Landon Scartweet with the carry there for first down yardage to the Trojans 42. Joey Tollison with the tackle there. South Hamilton flanks the tight end out here. Nason's got him. Hand off to the second back there. Looks like tackled there by number 50 for the Trojans. Tonio McKinney. Gain of about 4. Carry there was by Barkema for South Hamilton. And apologize for streaming. Sometimes it just technology just doesn't work very well, and it was cutting in and out. So got her fixed, and I think we're ready to go. There's the handoff there. Nice tackle there by Pope, and let's see who else. I think that's Zach Chaplin there. No gain, maybe loss of a yard there for South Hamilton. Set up 3rd and 8. Well, to better viewers here, a Bailey's Pizza that this will be a run play, even though it's 3rd and 8. And it is a toss there, sweep to the right side. Good tackle there. I think that's by Pope. Gain of about 2. And I'm assuming that South Hamilton, this is probably down in distance where they'll probably go for it, 4th and 6. They're at about the 38. Although with a high school punter, kind of in college, this is a definite spot. Usually they go for it, but in high school, most punters aren't going to punt the ball more than 40 yards, so it'd be a good time to punt the ball here and down the Trojans deep, but South Hamilton's going to go for it. Quarterback hangs onto the ball. It's him and Nason. Oh, looks like he's going to get the first down. It's going to be close. Valinga with the tackle. And it is a first down. Be 1st and 10 for South Hamilton at the 31 of West Marshall. We got about 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the first half. Johnson brings out the Hawks. Hands off to the fullback, and T.J. Schuler with a big stop in the backfield. Met the running back about 3 yards deep. Loss of about 2 or 3 there.
T.J. Schuler with a stop in the backfield. Brings up 2nd down and 12.
Game challenges your discipline in the secondary for the Trojans, because you got to protect against the pass. But when it's run play after run play, you want to come up there and help out and stop the running game. So timeout taken by South Hamilton. 7:22 here to go in the first half. West Marshall with the 8-0 lead. One of the other nice highlights, I think, from the first half so far has been Peyton Hart on his kickoffs. His last kickoff, he kicked off South Hamilton, caught it at about the 1 or the 2, and then brought it out to about the 19. So in high school football and even college or NFL, if you can make the opponent go 80 yards, it's tough to complete drives with touchdowns or even field goals. Most high school coaches are elated if they can make the opposing team go at least 70 yards, if they can get kickoffs covered and stop the returning team from getting outside the 30. And so inside the 20 is a huge plus. So here we go, 2nd and 12 for South Hamilton. Johnson's the quarterback for South Hamilton. Got 3 backs in the backfield. Barkema goes in motion. Oh, big hole there. First down run there by Svensson. Tackled by Fonz on the play. Got it down to the West Marshall 20. Be 1st and 10 for South Hamilton. Barkema goes in motion again. Might be the same play. Different result this time. Pope meets Svensson there after a gain of about 1 yard. 2nd and 9.
Seth Larson and Preston Pope on the stop for the Trojans. 2nd down and 9.
2nd and 9. Ball in the middle of the field. South Hamilton flanks the tight end out here, wide. Takes Nason with him. Handoff. Oh, no yardage there. Looks like Schuler's in there again. Larson is as well. Loss of 2, 3rd and 11. Nice job there by the quarterback and the running back not to fumble. There was pressure immediately. And sometimes when there's pressure like that, the snap is or the handoff is mishandled and ball's on the ground, but no fumble there. We just went under 6 minutes to go here in the first half. West Marshall 8, South Hamilton 0. Last non-district game before district play starts next week for both teams. Sweep to the right side. TJ Schuler with some good pursuit. Tackle Skartweet after a gain of about 6. It's going to set up a 4th and 6 from the 16. And I'm sure they're going for it. It'd be a 33-yard field goal. I'm not seeing anybody in warm-ups kicking from that far, so I'm assuming they're going to go for it. Fourth and 6. And plays like here so far, it's been kind of the fake to the backs, and the quarterbacks kept it. So let's see what happens here. Oh, we got a pass. And it's incomplete. Maybe that's why they don't throw very often. They're 0 for 4 now on the season. That's a tough play, too, for the quarterback. He's rolling to his left and then got to throw it. Typically, a quarterback, if he's rolling to his right, it's much easier throw for him. So tough completion there and good coverage. And, again, that's what we talked about. You got to have good discipline. even though they're going to run the ball 99% of the time, you got to be ready for the occasional pass, and our secondary was there, good coverage, and the Trojans will take over at the 16, their own 16, with 4:51 to go. So quick first half here. Both teams now just have 2 possessions in the first half. TJ Schuler's got quarterback, and the Trojans got the 3 backs in the old high formation. Handoff to Preston Pope. He carries it out to about the 18 for a gain of 2. So we've seen that. That was showcased in the first drive. They had TJ in and put Peyton as a running back, so it was TJ, and then Bulinga was the first running back, and then Peyton Hart, and then Preston Pope. Now Peyton's back at quarterback. The normal formation for the Trojans. He's got 2 receivers up top, 1 down on the bottom here of the field. Play action pass. He's got Nason wide open. Oh! And Nason's broken loose! And he's going to go! Oh, there's a penalty! Oh, Joey went low. It's going to be called for a, I believe, hit below the waist. Really an unnecessary block. Nason had broke free and was going to go all the way. And Joey, at about the 45, went for somebody's knees. So I think that's what the flag is. I don't know what else it would be. And then there's also laundry behind the play. So that's where holding could be. So it looks like no matter what happened here, both of them probably against the Trojans. And that's going to back us up probably inside our 10. An eligible receiver downfield. So that's a 5-yard penalty. They declined the one that the penalty on Joey at the 45. That's because if you would have accepted that one, they would have the Trojans would have got yardage out to South Hamilton's 45 and then marched back 10 or 15 yards from there, so it would have been a first down. So they wanted to take the one from the original line of scrimmage. So now it is 2nd and 13 for the Trojans. We got twin receivers. We got Christensen and Nason up top, and Tollison and Reese. We got the quarterback draw. Hart's got a big hole. Oh, good block by Reese. Got him the corner. Oh, penalty. Oh, man. I'm not sure where that one is at. Oh. I don't know who he called that on. I don't know if that was on Reese. The referee that was right next to the play did not call it. It does look like he's calling it on Preston. The referee right by where that happened did not call it. Looked like a good block to me, but I'm not the official. So that'll be a spot foul, I believe, at the 21. So we're back to the 11. So now we're at about 2nd and 14. Three and a half to go here in the first half. West Marshall 8, South Hamilton 0. Twins look again. Hart's back in the backfield with Pope. Reese goes in motion. Hart drops back, looks to throw. He's got Nason wide open again! And there is no laundry on the field! 89-yard touchdown pass to Graham Nason under intense pressure. Hart finds his pal, Graham Nason, for an 89-yard touchdown pass with 3:08 to go here in the first half. So Trojans had 2 great plays there that were brought back due to penalties, and third time was a charm there. Probably penalties were intentional to increase Graham Nason's fantasy value for those that have Graham on their fantasy team. Added a whole bunch of extra yards there. 14-0. Trojans going for 2. They've been pretty consistent with extra points, but coach must see something that he likes with South Hamilton's defense and wants to go for 2 tonight. Hart finds Joey Tollison in the corner. Nice play. And the Trojans are 2 for 2 on 2-point conversions and take a 16-0 lead with 3:08 to go here in the first half. So big play there by the Trojans. You wonder, too, South Hamilton, like we said, is going to throw or run the ball almost every play. So how many times they get looks against the air? The Trojans have, I would guess Peyton Hart is probably close to 150 yards passing already here in the first half. He's had wide receivers wide open tonight. Nason's been the big recipient of the completions. So I wonder how often South Hamilton gets those looks and stuff in practice.
Thank you, and we appreciate your work.
So, great effort here by the Trojans. Rebound again after last week's performance. Nice to see the young kids playing well against a quality opponent here. Trojans will be kicking off from the 40. And kicking off for the Trojans is freshman Wade Weave. Give Peyton Hart a little break here. Wade's had some nice kickoffs here early in the season. Wade consistently puts the ball about the 10. There's kind of a little line drive at the 15. Picked up. And brought out to about the 33. For the Hawks. Looks like McKinney and Fonz with the tackle. So it'll be 1st and 10, South Hamilton here at the 33. Got 3 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the first half. And again, I don't think, no matter the time and score here, I think you're probably going to see South Hamilton run their offense, which makes sense too. They're getting ready for their district play next week, so you want to work on what you do. Nice job bouncing it outside, and then Valinga brings down Scartweet for a loss of 2. Valinga's been a sure tackler all year for the Trojans. 2nd and 13. You would think maybe here if the Trojans stop South Hamilton here to no gain or a short gain that Coach Hackett might think about using his timeouts. Second man through, gets the ball. Almost gets to the original line of scrimmage, and there is Coach Hackett right away. He was standing right by the officials, so to get that timeout immediately. So you got 2:18 to go here in the first half. Trojans use their first of 3 timeouts. A big play here in the game. 3rd and 12 if they can force the punt here and get the ball back and get a chance to put a 3rd score on the board. That would be huge for the Trojans. And again, the Trojans deferred. They won the coin flip and deferred, so they will get the ball to start the second half. So if they could finish the half with a score and then start the second half with a score, that would be huge. But first things first, Trojans got to stop the Hawks here on 3rd and 12. Last night, Coach Eckhart and Honix volleyball teams were victorious, 3-0 against Sadell. They'll travel to East Marshall tomorrow for a volleyball tournament. Here we go, 3rd and 12. And the go-to play kind of for South Hamilton when they needed the long yardage on 3rd downs was quarterback couple fakes to running backs and then kept the ball and went to the outside. So we'll see what happens here. Wishbone, let's see, we got 3 backs in the backfield. In this formation, a lot of times Barkham has gone in motion. There he goes. Nice handoff there to Swenson. Good run. but gain of about 4 or 5, so that's going to set up 4th and long. Looks like 4th and 7, and I'm sure South Hamilton is going to punt here. Coach Hackett takes a second timeout. So Hart will have 2 minutes and just over 2 minutes to go if we receive this punt cleanly and get the ball to work the 2-minute drill. That'll be nice to be able to run that before district play starts. I don't think the Trojans have had many opportunities in the first 2 games to run their 2-minute offense, so I'm sure Coach Hackett is pleased that get that opportunity before district play starts. He'll have 1 timeout to use. In high school football, 2 minutes and 13 seconds is a lot of time because clock stops every time a first down is made. Let the change get set. So plenty of time for the Trojans to try to put a 3rd score on the board here. 37-yard line for South Hamilton. You wouldn't think that this is a place where you would fake. Always got to be worried about that, but it looks like there's a lineman that's a punter, so that's no, it looks like maybe Barkaba, so we'll see. Ooh, low snap. No flag. Hart fumbles the ball. I think recovered it. You know, one of the things interesting there would be if you watch the replay to see if when the punter received the snap, if his knee was down when he got it. He went down to his knee to scoop it up. If his knee is down when he has possession of the ball is down right there. He can't get back up. In high school football, you're down once your knee hits. So I don't know if he was or not. It was close. Hart did recover the punt. That's probably been an area that Trojans will talk about. They've had 2 opportunities to catch punts, and both of them were mishandled. But Hart was able to recover just like Nason was able to recover the one earlier in the game. That time the Trojans kind of went for the block. So he didn't have much blocking, Hart didn't, to begin with. Nason goes in motion here. Goes in the backfield with Hart. Oh, throwback to Nason. Haven't seen that play yet. Nason with another first down run. Catch with about 13 yards. And I believe we're going to have a late hit on South Hamilton. I could be wrong, but the flag was right where Hart was at after the play. So we'll see what it is. It's either holding or a late roughing the passer. So we'll see. The referees are talking at about the 29. They're moving back, so let's see what they're going to call. Yeah, it's a roughing the passer. So it should be offsetting penalties. Offset, so we'll redo it. It'll be 1st and 10. Both teams had penalties there, so.
The penalties offset, and we will replay first down.
They just cancel each other out, so we'll have 1st and 10. There's a new wrinkle. I haven't seen that. I've seen the screen action before with Pope out of the backfield, but there we threw back to Nason. Nason had a nice run, gain of about 13, but all for naught. That'd been a good way to start the 2-minute drive. He's got trips to our side. Pope flares out here. Hart is looking and looking. He's going to throw deep to Christensen. Just out of the outstretched arms of Christensen. It'll be 2nd and 10 here. Trojans can run the ball too here. Don't have to throw it. Had a lot of success throwing the ball. But sometimes you'll see in the 2-minute drill that you'll sneak in a draw or something and he'll catch the defense off guard and bust a long one. So we got 1:45 to go here in the first half. The Trojans do have 1 timeout. 2nd and 10 from about the 29 of West Marshall. There is the quarterback draw by Hart. And to no surprise, Hart just keeps rumbling and stumbling. Gains about 14. So that looked like that was going to be about 5 or 6 yards. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. That is, I believe, Hart on the ground. He's a tough kid. He hops up. I think he's going to have to go out for a play because they stopped it.
Gavin Johnson lays off on the stop.
So TJ Schuler will come in now to lead the Trojan offense on the 2-minute drive. Hart's got to be out for at least one play. The other option Coach Hackett would have would be he could call a timeout, then your injured player could come back in, but otherwise you got to be out for at least one play. Hart's about as tough as they come. He's limping pretty good. We'll see. He'll probably have to, he'll fight with the trainer to get back out there as quickly as he can. And now the clock is going to run because the ball is put back in play here. So we got a minute and a half. I'd look to see a handoff to Pope. Let's see what happens here. And that's what it is. Pope gets to the outside. Good run, good hole. Pope takes it down to the 34. Nice block for it by the wide receivers down there for the Trojans. Good job by the line. The right side of the line got him a hole. That's, let's see, we've got Shaper or Chaplin. Weave looks like he's in at center. You got McKinney and Larson. Now McKinney has to go out. I don't know if that's an equipment timeout. So now somebody, a helmet problem. So let's see. He's got, somebody tried to hand him a helmet so that he could stay on. I think that was Braden Smith. I don't know if it fit him or not. Now Thomas Wilkinson is going to check in until McKinney gets his helmet situation taken care of. He's found one. I'm not sure which one he's wearing. Schuler hands off, fakes it to Pope, and keeps it himself. Gains about 5. Minute to go. Coach Hackett uses his last timeout. McKinney checks back in for Wilkinson. Hart standing over there by Coach Hackett, so he's probably begging to get back in here. Again, big possession here because Trojans will get the ball to start the second half. So if they could put some points on the board here, get up 3 scores, and then start the second half with the ball and an opportunity to score, that would be huge. Again, there's not been a whole lot of possessions tonight. South Hamilton is choose a lot of clock with their run game. So the clock has been stopped very few times tonight. Both teams have just had 3 possessions so far. I would think here with no timeouts and Hart back in the game, I would think that Coach Hackett's going to look to air the ball here out. Hart's favorite target tonight has been Nason. It's a good spot, too, in the field for Trojans. Have done a nice job with the screen pass and the pass to Pope. This may maybe a good spot for that. Hart with a throw to Joey. Falls incomplete at the 20. So it'll bring up 3rd and 5. So you got 2 goals here. You'd like to get a first down here on 3rd down. I'm sure it's 4 down territory, especially with South Hamilton's offense. They're going to look to run the ball. So even if you do turn it over on downs, they're probably not going to march down the field in about 50 seconds. So certainly 4 down territory here for the Trojans. He's going to pick up the first down. If he can get out of bounds, that'd be great as well. Hart's got 2 wide receivers to both sides. Gets a snap. Can't find anybody. Throws to Nason. Oh, great pass. Bounced off the shoulder pads of Nason for an incomplete pass. So we got 4th and about a long 5 here.
For South Hamilton.
Fourth and 5. Hart takes the snap. He's looking to run. He's going to pick up the first down and a lot more. Oh, go down, young fella. Go down.
inside the 15 down near
He is such a
10.
tough runner. Only problem is he takes a lot of hits. You got 1st and 10. Again, the clock will stop. 38 seconds. Got to wait for the chain game. Big shout out to those guys for volunteering their time to run the chains. Hart spikes the ball, so there's 32 seconds. Plenty of time. Got no timeouts.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from about the 14. About a 31-yard field goal if we pick up no yards. Hart definitely can kick it from that far. So we got Reese out here on our side with Christensen. And you got Nason and Tollison up on the South Hamilton side. Pope's in the backfield with Hart. I don't think that we're going to get this play off. It's going to be just in time. Nope. That one was close. That's going to be a delay of game.
Delay of game call against the Trojans.
Pushing it back to the 19. Now I would say we're out of field goal range. We'd have to pick up some yards. 31 seconds left. Again, what great practice here before you get into district play to run the 2-minute offense. So far, the Trojans have done a nice job moving the ball down the field. See if they can convert. There's a penalty on the play again. That's going to be against the Trojans. Hart throws it up to Christensen, falls incomplete. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty. I don't know if we had enough guys on the line of scrimmage, but I think it's on one of the 3 wide receivers out here.
There is a flag on the play.
So I don't know if the South Hamilton, I would assume, would accept it, move us back. Although 3rd and 15 is pretty tempting as well, so we'll see. Yep. They declined it, so it is 3rd and 15.
False start. The call against the Trojans. Penalty is declined. It will be 3rd and 15.
Coach Hackett must be thinking field goal as well. I did see that the kicking tee was picked up and is close to the sideline. Hart's thinking 6 here. Let's see what we get here. Looking, scrambling. He's going to run it, and he's going to be tackled at the 17. So the Trojans are going to have to hurry to get a play off. Everybody's going to have to hustle back to the line of scrimmage. It's 4th down, so you can't spike it. You got to throw it to the end zone. It's got to be into the end zone or the half's going to run out. He's going to throw it to Nason. He's going to be picked off. Now we got to make sure we make a tackle. It's not brought all the way back. Get the tackle. There you go. That'll end the first half. I think there's another penalty. I'm sure that's on the Trojans, probably for holding, in the area of holding, but that will be declined and the half will be over. If it was a defensive penalty, there would be one more play. A half cannot end on a defensive penalty, but an offensive penalty will just be declined and the half will be over. So not the result that we wanted. Did a good job getting the ball down to about the 15, but then the drive kind of fizzled there. Again, penalties have been costly for the Trojans. A lot of penalties. I'm sure Coach Hack is not happy about that. Did not look happy with the way that the half ended. So we'll be taking a break here as the band takes the field. Got 18 minutes on the clock.
Please welcome to the field the Pride of West Marshall Marching Band as they perform their 2021 production, Rain. The Pride of West Marshall Marching Band is made up of 63 students and is one of the premier marching ensembles Again, the Lily cheerleaders will be here ages preschool through 6th grade to show off their hard work.
Cody showed us, said there was a sophomore that Coach thanks. She was fast, wasn't she? Fast. She said, "Well, I'm not fast on softball." She was taking like a flag. She took a drink. Did she bring my Mountain Dew? No, but she took a drink out of mine. They're warming up. Yeah. You having a little picnic there, aren't you?
Oh, what a great halftime show there. Cameron Mitchell and his band put on a great halftime show. They'll host the West Marshall Marching Band Invitational on October 2nd. I believe that starts at 7 o'clock, and I think right now there's 7 or 8 bands that will be joining us. Last year was the inaugural year of that, and it was a beautiful Saturday evening, so hopefully we get some great weather again. And thank you to all those people that helped organize that. Another big thank you to Coach Sarah Stone and the cheerleaders. They put on a clinic for future cheerleaders, and they got to cheer here at halftime. So a job well done by the cheerleaders there. And one more shout out, big thank you to Jimmy Ermer and Corey Hobbs. They were responsible for providing food in the press box for workers tonight, so thank you to those guys. Had a great halftime meal. So thanks Coach Hobbs and Coach Ermer. Both teams are out for the second half, warming up. About 2.5 minutes here before kickoff.
Nice work, and thank you for the halftime entertainment.
And pretty much what we expected coming into tonight's game. South Hamilton's going to run the ball. They found some success. The key has been, I think, special teams have been huge for the Trojans, have forced South Hamilton go long lengths of the field, and they've been able to put some drive together, but then end up stalling and can't finish their drive. So that's been huge. They've not let the South Hamilton have any short fields. They've made them go 70, 80 yards, and that's tough. And the Trojans have had some big plays in the passing game. The biggest of which was the second touchdown. Peyton Hart found Graham Nason streaking down the middle of the field for an 89-yard touchdown pass. So we're set 16-0 here as we get ready for the second half. And again, the Trojans will receive the opening kickoff. Again, this is the last non-district game for both teams. South Hamilton, who came into tonight's action 1-1, they will host Belmont Clemmy next week for their first district game. And the Trojans will travel to Sheraton and face Sheraton. The Trojans faced Sheraton last year in the playoffs. The Sheraton had to travel up here for the first round, and it was a pretty convincing win for the Trojans. So it'll be the Trojans' turn to take a long trip there. Trojans running over to the sideline to get last-minute instructions there from coaches. West Marshall Drumline is entertaining the student section. And we'll see what the Trojans come out here offensively. They showed a couple different formations. The old power I formation had 3 running backs and T.J. Schuler in at quarterback for parts of the first half. Then they went back to the way that they kind of have ran their offense for last year and most of this year, with Hart in the backfield with Pope and then a couple of wide receivers. So we'll see what the Trojans do. Getting ready here for the kickoff. You got Nason Pope and, number 56 back deep. That's Seth Larson. Again, he's made the move to the offensive line, so he had to change his jersey number. You don't see very many 56s back deep to return the kickoff. Credit to Seth there. I'm sure he did not come into the season, probably has not gotten any reps probably in his football career as an offensive line, but in order to help the team and help the team win, made the move to the line and gave up his jersey number to take an offensive one. So here we go, opening kickoff here in the second half. Kickoff is caught by Pope at about the 14. Nice tough run by Preston, keeps those legs moving. He's going to get out to about the 35. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans at their own 35.
And that's where West Marshall will take over 1st down and 10.
So here we go, Hart's I formation. You got Valinga as his fullback, Pope as the tailback. Got Nason and Tollison as wide receivers. First handoff is to Pope. Big run. Oh, great block by Nason. Springs him free, and then Pope finishes the run. Lowers his shoulder and runs over the defender. Takes it down to the 38. Hey, big credit there to the right side of the offensive line and then also to Graham Nason. Great block out there. Just talking to some of Coach Chesler and Coach Clark and Coach Shaw's middle school football players today. We were talking about that with some kids that play wide receiver, and they're key to some long runs by running backs if they make the blocks. And that was indeed the case there. Handoff to Valinga up the gut. Gain of about 3 yards. Going to be 2nd and 7. Coach Clark's 7th grade team was victorious last night, 22-8. I did leave disappointed, though. Coach Clark has promised me that at some point he's going to put the fumble Ruski in for him, and I did not see that last night, so maybe week 2. Here we go, 11 minutes to go. Trojans at the opening drive of the second half got the ball down to the 36. Hart hands off to Pope. Pope cuts it back to the right and picks up looks like it's going to be about a yard short, 3rd and 1. Nice line surge here for the Trojan offensive line.
Brought down by Austin Bush, and that will bring up 3rd down and 1 for West Marshall from the 29-yard line.
3rd and 1, certainly 4-down territory here for the Trojans. Sometimes it's a great time if you have a lot of confidence in your running game. This is the time to go deep. I don't think the Trojans will probably do that. I'm guessing a handoff to Pope, and it is. And I think he's going to be close. Might be a little bit short. I hear Coach Denai up here in the press box says he's about 3/4 of a yard short. So it'll be 4th and 3/4 of a yard. I'm going to guess quarterback's deep by Hart. Let's see what we do here. Very few times Hart's going to be stopped. Went on 2, and I think he got him to jump. And then it is. Great discipline there by the Trojans. That's one of the things I was very impressed last night when watching the middle school kids' 7th grade team. You know how many times they went on 2 and their opponent just kept jumping offside. So good discipline. Also saw it earlier this week. The JV and the Frosch team travel up to Nevada to face Nevada, and they used that to their benefit several times. Nevada's defensive line jumped off sides quite a few times. The Frosch pulled out an exciting 14-12 win, and the JV tied 0-0. Don't see that very often, but 2 great games. Nice play-action pass there. Finds his tight end, Parker Reese. Parker's back to wearing 41 and playing tight end. Last week after Shaper went out, Parker had the jersey change and went to tackle in the second half. This week he's been at tight end the whole game. So now we're first and goal at the 9. I formation. Oh, got a penalty. And it's false start on the Trojans, so that'll back them up. That's not going to make Coach Hackett happy. It'll be first and goal from about the 14. Joey Tollison runs the play in from the sideline as Preston Reese checks out. Preston had a 2-point conversion catch after the first touchdown tonight. Hart's got him in the I formation. Quarterback sneak. Oh, my goodness! Oh, there is high school football at its finest. First and goal from the 14, and call a quarterback sneak for a touchdown.
Now 22-0 with 9:04 to go here in the third quarter.
Don't think that's probably what anybody predicted. Hart must have seen something or communicated to the coaches or called something on his own. I saw a huge opening. One of the longer quarterback sneaks for a touchdown you'll see this year. So 22-0 here, 9:04 to go in the third quarter. We're lined up for 2 in the I formation. Sweeps it out to Pope. Pope's going to try to get the corner, and he is engulfed by some South Hamilton defense about the 2, so the 2-point try is no good.
West Marshall continues to lead 22-0.
So the Trojans did exactly what Coach Hackett wanted them to do at halftime, come out, put up a third score here, make it a 3-score game. And again, I don't think you'll probably see anything different out of South Hamilton. I think they will do what they do best, and that is run the football. Despite the score. Nice drive there by the Trojans. Coach Winkler is getting the kickoff team ready. Again, that's been a strength of the Trojans so far. Been some nice kickoffs. First couple were by Peyton Hart, and he got it, made the Hawks receive the kickoffs at about the 5, or inside the 5 on 1. Wade Weave, freshman, is going to come out for his second kick. It's nice to see some guys able to kick off here. I do miss the old square-toed shoe. Back in the day, I can remember Bryce D kicking quite a few times with the old square-toed shoe and just taking a few steps and kicking it as hard as he can. Straight on. Wade with a nice kick. Returned out to about the 36, so some of the better field position that South Hamilton's had so far tonight. Adam Bartine with the tackle on that kickoff return. Peyton's over talking to Coach Hackett. Peyton was kind of roughed up a little bit in the first half, dinged up, so looks like he's getting a breather here on defense. Handoff there. Goes nowhere for the Hawks. Looks like Pope was in there in the tackle, and TJ Schuler. TJ's been an active defender there. Looks like he's a defensive lineman. Again, probably not where TJ's played a whole lot, but using his quickness, cause havoc for some of those bigger linemen. Running back goes in motion, handoff to the second guy. And he is swallowed up too. Gain of about a yard or 2. See, Schuler's on the bottom of that one. So's McKinney. Pope was there as well. So big play here. Well, you can force a 3 and out here and get the ball again, and this one probably is about over. Again, South Hamilton is, unless they break a long run, is not going to be a quick strike offense. They have attempted one pass, their 4th one of the season, and it fell incomplete. So they're looking for their first completion of the season. Second man through gets the ball, and he is short. So it'll be an interesting call here for South Hamilton. It'll be about 4th and 3. And I can see going for it, even though you're on your side of the field. They have not come close to stopping the Trojans once yet, so they probably know no matter, even if they punt it, the Trojans are probably going to march the ball down the field and score, so might as well go for it and see if you can keep the ball here. Only time the Trojans were stopped was at the end of the first half when time ran out. So here we go, 4th and 2. I'm going to look for the quarterback to keep it. Let's see what happens. Oh, went on 2 and we jumped. Oh, shoot. We had good discipline when we had the ball and we caused them to jump, and now we jumped and gave them a free 5 yards and a first down. No, that'll drive Coach Toyne crazy. Good job being the coordinator for the defense, and to give him a free first down will not make him happy. 6:50 to go here in the third quarter. 22-0 West Marshall ahead here. Week 3 high school football action. Last non-district game. Handoff. That was to Scartweet. He gained about 2 or 3. That carries for about 2 yards. Got him into West Marshall side of the field. 2nd and 8 for the Hawks. Oh, fullback. Nice tough run there. That was Swenson. Looked like he was going to be stopped for no yards, and he kept the old feet churning. Got about four more yards. So we got 3rd and 4 for the Hawks. They'll certainly go for it here if they don't pick it up. Handoff, bounces, tries to bounce outside. He stopped, but good run there. Won't look like much in the old box score. It was a 2-yard run, but it could have been a 2-yard loss. So it would have been about 4th and 6. Instead, it's going to be 4th and about 2. Zach Chaplin checks out from the defensive line. I think Eli Meester checked in to replace him. 4th and 2. Quarterback sneak. They're trying to see if they can get the first down on the sneak, and they got it. Nice line surge there as well. Right up the gut for about 4 or 5 yards. We've approached 4.5 minutes here to go in the third quarter. Your score is 22-0. West Marshall. I'll get the score updated on your screen. A little nice struggle remembering that sometimes. There we go. 22-0. 4:25 to go here in the third quarter. And hands off. And tackle by Pope, and he gets the fumble recovery, and he's going to take it to the house. Oh, there we go, Preston. Oh, he did it all there. Made a nice tackle on the running back, stripped the ball, picked it up himself. And Preston knows what to do when he sees the open field, takes it about 60 yards for a touchdown. Oh, what a big play there by Preston. And now that'll challenge the mental makeup there of the South Hamilton Hawks now as the game is Certainly the outcome does not look in doubt now as the Trojans go up 4 scores. South Hamilton calls a timeout. That might be the reason why. Sometimes after a big play like that, the team drops their head a little bit. Coach wants to get them to regroup, not give up the 2 points here. Again, Peyton's been doing most of the kicking for the Trojans on extra points, have been pretty successful, but Coach Hackett must worked on some 2-point plays that he wants to either practice or he feels really good about. He's gone for 2 each time tonight. Trojans have been successful 2 times so far out of 3 tries. So if you're successful 50% of the time, it's going to be the same as kicking the extra point. So I'm sure Coach Hackett would love to maybe get another stop and then start working on some guys so you're healthy going into district action. Like I said earlier, the third quarter, I saw Hart on the sidelines for defense, which usually he's doesn't leave the field hardly at all. Try to rest him. So we're lining up for 2 here. Looks like probably we're going to go the I formation. He's got Larson, Meester, Weave, Chaplin, and Shaper as his line. Play action pass. He's got Joey wide open. That's the second successful 2-point try there for Hart and Tollison. Good move there by Joey. Wide open.
4:07 remaining here in the third quarter.
In the west side of the end zone there. And the Trojans go up 30-0. 4:07 to go. The Trojans successful on 3 of the 4 2-point tries. So if you're making those at a 75% clip, they'd be foolish not to keep running 2-point plays. Let's see, we get the kickoff team huddled around the 50. Huddled around Coach Winkler. And well, I've got to work play for Coach Winkler and then coach on several other coaching staffs throughout my career. And I will tell you, there isn't a person that I have seen that spent as much time on special teams as him. And it definitely paid dividends when I played for him. We were always extremely strong in special teams, and I've been part of coaching staffs where they spent little to no time on it, and it surely shows. And it's a huge part of the game. So Trojans are lucky. As I was coming out to the middle school football game last night, I could hear Coach Winkler working with the special teams. They were practicing kickoff returns. So what a luxury to have him to kind of focus in on special teams for your team. So here we go. Weave's going to kick off again. Weave with a nice kick. Down to about the 12. Swenson with a big return. Oh, looked like he's going to have a big hole. And then, let me guess. Let's see, who is that? Parker Reese with a big tackle. It looked like Svensson had a big hole, and Parker closed that pretty fast. South Hamilton got out to about the 34. So let's see, it looks like we got some new Trojans out there. Starting to make a few subs here. Let's see, looks like Jackson Weave is checked in. He looked like calling a defensive play there. He's moved into middle linebacker position. Motion there for South Hamilton. Hand off to Svensson. Tackled by Pope. This time they hang on to the ball. Pope just gets the tackle. Last play got the tackle. Caused the fumble recovery, and a touchdown. 2nd and 7 for South Hamilton. We got 3.5 to go here in the third quarter. Even though I would guess that Trojans are a little smaller on the defensive line, they've played really well tonight. Another nice tackle by the interior defensive line. I think that is Jackson Weave with the tackle. Let's see who was also at the bottom of that pile. I think Eli Meester, Austin Fons was down there. Preston Pope as well. 3rd and 6.
Third down coming for South Hamilton.
I'm willing to go double or nothing that this is a run as well. So anybody's out there that wants to bet me a couple Bailey's pizzas that they run the ball here, I'll be glad to take that. Yeah, and it'll go down as a run. It might have been a pass attempt, but he got sacked, and I think that was Meester with the nope, I think that was Larson. Seth Larson, number 56.
And that will lead to 4th down and long coming up for the Hawks.
It is 4th and 15 for the Hawks. Let's see if the Trojans can get the punt caught here. That's been another area to probably they'll work on next week. Had 2 kind of fumbled punts that we were able to recover, but didn't get any yards. Good job by the punter there to get that snap handled and punted. Joey Tollison with the fair catch. Nice job there. Catches it at the 39. So nice job there by the punter. I think that's Barkema. Handled a really tough snap and then got a decent punt off. Nice high punt. Got no yards on the return. We got 1:51 to go here in the 3rd quarter, 30-0. West Marshall. They have controlled the game from the start. I formation here. Hart brings them out. Got Valinga and Pope in the backfield. Hands off to Pope. Pope's going to go over the right side and picks up 10 or 11 yards there. A 1st and 10 right at midfield for the Trojans.
Pope will pick up the 1st down yardage on carry. 1st and 10 for West Marshall from midfield.
Now, you saw a movement in the defensive line, but there was no penalty called because they did not cross the line of scrimmage. So you can see South Hamilton is back a ways from the ball. So you can move, do whatever you want. You just can't cross the line of scrimmage. Counter there by Pope. Nice play there. It looks like number 52 for South Hamilton, Greenfield with the tackle. I also believe that Owen Renaud helped with the tackle there from his defensive end position. Renaud was blocked initially, but didn't give up and came down and was able to make the play as well. So we got 2nd and 7, I formation here. About time for a Valinga hand off to the fullback. Nope, play action pass. Oh, yeah, it looked like he had a screen play. Now he finds Tollison across the middle. Gain of about 15. I don't know if any referee was looking. I think it'd be interesting to watch that play and see if any lineman was downfield. That's hard. I think it was originally a screen pass. So there, as an offensive lineman, you're letting your guy get by and get to the quarterback. You make some initial contact. And then after probably a count of about 1,001, 1,002, you let them go. And then you work your way downfield and try to pick up some blocks. So here we are, 1st and 10. This will be the last play of the quarter if we get it off here. We do as the clock strikes 1. Good run by Preston. Good blocking. And then good finish of the run. Takes it down to about the, let's see where they're going to mark it, about the just inside the 21, I think, for a gain of about 12, and that will end the 3rd quarter. Another dominating quarter for the Trojans. They put up 14. They had an offensive touchdown to start the 3rd quarter, and then Preston Pope had the defensive play of the game so far, a tackle and strip of the ball and fumble recovery for a touchdown of about 60 yards. So we are moving to the fourth quarter. And I promise you a fast night tonight, and I think that has indeed happened. We're just about an hour and a half into the game, and we did have an extended halftime due to Coach Stone had put on a cheerleading clinic that involved a lot of future cheerleaders, so the half was extended a few minutes, and we're still only at an hour and a half, and we're entering the fourth quarter, so it's been a quick game, and the Trojans punch one in, and it'll get even faster because then the Trojans will be up by more than 35, and Iowa High School rules to kind of help the scores from getting out of control. If you get ahead by 35, the clock just continuously runs. I'm not a huge fan of that rule. I think it doesn't give coaches enough respect for being good sports. I always liked, especially when I was younger and you stand on the sideline, you cheer on your teammates. Sometimes you get in here in the fourth quarter when you're ahead by a bunch. But with the clock running, it's hard to get some guys in. The quarter just ends so fast. So there's that handoff to Valinga I was calling for, and big run! Oh! Holy cow! Mr. Valinga finds pay dirt. He just met a South Hamilton defender at the 5 and just ran right over him. Oh! What a tough run, tough kid there. Trojans go up 36-0. And we're going to go for 2 here. Again, Meester's checking in. He's got Joey again. Third time is good as well. The trifecta. Joey beat his guy a couple times on the outside, and that time called a slant route, and he was wide open, and Hart put it right on him. And we're 38-0 here as we just started the fourth quarter, 11:54 to go. And again, the clock will stop here anytime there's a change of possession. Otherwise, might as well call the game and it'd take forever just to get the kickoff and stuff. So they stop the clock on after scoring plays and after a change of possession. But then after that, the clock will just keep running. Wade Weave brings him out again. Well, nice way to respond, Trojans. It's certainly applaud Coach Hackett with scheduling. You scheduled a 3A team, ranked 3A team. So you play up a class. That certainly never has bothered West Marshall. Last year, if you remember, they played Cedar Rapids Jefferson when a game was canceled due to COVID, and they came out and just walloped them. So weren't looking for, don't care who they play, they just want to play. Nice return there by Svensson. He gets it out to midfield. So the South Hamilton will take over there. And that's, the Nevada hasn't had a whole lot of success against the Trojans, and certainly by their reaction last week when they won, they were pretty excited. The first time in a long time that they beat West Marshall. And so credit to Coach Hack and all the other coaches that have come before the smaller school. He still beat up some of the bigger schools. Oh, there's a first completion. Oh, no. Oh, the quarterback's got to be livid. That was going to be his first completion of the year, and it's going to get called back due to a holding penalty. So Johnson, a nice play there was going to have a good game, but there was a holding penalty, so that'll bring that back. So still sitting at 0 completions out of 4 attempts on the season. Good play, though.
Hold the call against the Hawks, the holding call. First down and 18. On the 42-yard line for Southampton.
So we got trips here for South Hamilton. Johnson looks to throw again. Ooh, gets away from Weave, and he runs the ball for a gain of about 5. So to bring about 2nd and 14. Good pressure there by Jackson Weave, but quarterback's able to avoid that. Looks like Valinga and Pope and Fonz were there to wrap him up.
That will bring up 2nd down and 14.
And now we got 2 wide receivers to our side, 2 to their side, and 1 running back. Pistol formation for South Hamilton. He's looking to pass, and the pass falls incomplete. That would have been a short gain if it would have been completed. So third and 14 for South Hamilton. And they start their district play next week. They get to host Belmont Clemmy. The Trojans will travel to Sheraton, hopefully. West Marshall will have a big crowd there cheering the Trojans on. I'll have to check. I don't know if we'll be able to live stream there or not. Some schools let you, some don't. Some have internet, some don't. So we'll see. We'll certainly let you know if we're able to. Johnson with the quarterback scramble there. He picked up about 7 or 8. He's going to bring up 4th and 7. Sure, they're probably going to go for it. Johnson talked to coaches and brings the play out here. He's got 3 wide receivers to our side, 1 to their side. Johnson looks to run. Good pressure by Fonz, and he wraps him up. Oh, there you go. Austin Fonz with a big sack. That's a tough play again for the quarterback when he's rolling out this way. He's got to turn his body to try to get his shoulder squared and thrown. When he turned, Austin Fonz was there to take him and had the big 2-point takedown for the sack. Let's see, we've got some clean jerseys coming in for the Trojans. It looks like freshman Ben Gonzalez checked in for Preston Pope. Preston Knight's probably done. Again, it's kind of nice. Coach Hackett's able to get some guys in and make some guys are healthy for district action next week. Ben's had some nice carries so far this year. He's going to pick up about 1.5 yards there. TJ Schuler's now in at quarterback. Kenneth Christensen's going to run the play in here from the sideline. TJ's going to work out of an I formations. Got Valinga and Gonzalez behind him. Got Mason flanked out to the top and Christensen on our side. Sweep to Gonzalez. Nice block there by Valinga. Gonzalez going to pick up a couple yards. So it'll be 3rd and 6.
That will bring up 3rd down. When we start that, on stop for South Hamilton.
3rd and 6 from the 43. Just under 7 minutes to go. 6:50 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Julie Tollison running the play in. Oh, he's had a nice night. 3 2-point conversions and a catch of about 15 yards. TJ goes under center. He hands off to Valinga. Valinga gets down to the 40, so it's going to be 4th and 3. Ball's out, but that was well after the officials blew the whistle. So it'll be 4th and 3. See what Coach Hackett does here. Looks like he's just going to run an offensive play. Preston Reese runs this play in. High formation again. Parker Reese is in tight there with the, joins the line. Who tried to draw him off. There's a little movement on South Hamilton, but not even close to coming over the line of scrimmage. It looks like some, I don't know, movement by the running back. Yep. That's on Gonzalez. So now it'll be 4th and 8. Let's see if Coach Hackett punts it or if we're going to go for it here. Ben got a little excited there. Wonder if the play call was to him. Sometimes as a young running back, get excited when it's going your way. So here we go. 4th and 8. TJ's under center. Play action. He's got Reese. Reese has got the catch, and he's going to rumble down the sideline for a first down. There's a penalty. We'll see what happens. See if there's a late hit or a block in the back by the Trojans. Nice job by TJ. That's a tough play. We've talked about that with South Hamilton's quarterback. There, TJ had to roll out to his left and then find the open Reese. Looks like it's going to come back, though. That certainly will be a thing that Coach Hackett will talk to his team about. There's a lot of positives tonight. Certainly rebounded well, which is always nice to see with kind of a new team, and handled some adversity really well, but certainly have had their share of penalties. So now we got about, looks like 4th and 6. So we did gain 2 yards on that play, but that was a spot foul, so where the flag was thrown, then we were marched back 10 yards. 4th down, 4th and 6. Looks like from about the 42. So we're at 5:15 to go here in the 4th quarter. 38-0. It's been all Trojans all night tonight. TJ's under center. Oh, goes on 2. Got to get some movement, but the defensive line for South Hamilton is off the ball quite a way, so it takes quite a bit for them to jump off sides. And what was that? A flag was called. Was that a delay of game? So Coach Hackett was just trying to draw him off sides. When that didn't happen, he's going to take the delay of game, and then he'll bring the punt team out. Looks like, from the way they're kind of lining up, we might see Kenneth Christensen doing the punting here. It is.
Kenneth Christensen in the punt for West Marshall.
He's back a ways, I think about 15 yards. Usually it's 13. Good snap. Kenneth with a nice punt. Nice high punt. Caught at about the 15. Good coverage there by the Trojans. Return of about 4 or 5 yards. Tackled on the play by Valinga, and I think, let's see, I think that was Luke Vaughter as well with a tackle. Luke's been on a tackle of a lot of special teams plays this year. So we're at 4 minutes, and now the clock just keeps ticking. So this will be over here pretty quick. Got Thomas Wilkinson checked in on the defensive line. Thomas got an appearance early in the first half when filled in for a lineman. I think that was Tony McKinney when he had a helmet issue. Now the South Hamilton's going to go back into their normal formation and look to run the ball here. Nice run there. Gain of about 4, then met by Preston Pope. Jackson Weave.
Second down coming up for South Hamilton.
3 minutes to go. Fourth quarter, 38-0 West Marshall. Beautiful night. Beautiful game by the Trojans. And off there to the second back. Met at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. Let's see, that looks like Reese. Might be Larson.
By Parker Reese and Seth Larson. Now it'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Trojans.
Let's see, we got Bartine checking in. Lauder checking in. Hey, best of luck to your team tomorrow, whether it's Iowa or Iowa State. I'm an Iowa State grad, big Hawkeye fan. Cheer for the Cyclones when they're not playing the Hawks, but the grand scheme of things, it is a great showcase of our great state tomorrow. Oh, it looks like the Hawks might get on the board. Oh, good hustle by Jackson Weave and pulls the ball carrier down at the 26. You know that defense wants to have a shutout, even though you've got a lot of reserves in. You want to keep the shutout intact. Yeah, so what a great showcase for our state. I'm sure there'll be a great, some great stories on a lot of the great people that live in our state. The last time game day was at Ames 2 years ago. The weather wasn't so great, but we were introduced to Carson King and was able to raise a lot of money. It was donated to the Children's Hospital at University of Iowa, so great day for our state. Nice play by Jackson Weave. Gain of no yards there. Well, his name's been called a lot here as he subbed in. Yeah, maybe got a yard. And probably about time for one more play here with the continuous clock. We're under a minute. Seth Larson checks out. His night is done. Let's see, we got number 40, Luke Coulter checked in. Jackson Porter, 58, checked in as well. Carson Davis is checked in. Dakota Cobb has as well. Trying to get them all. Hope I don't miss anybody. Dylan McMorrin is also in. Caden Case might have checked in. Or that might have been 70 instead of 78. And that is your final. Great performance by the Trojans, dominating performance in all areas of the game tonight. They are victorious 38-0. We wish South Hamilton the best of luck the rest of their season as they host Belmont Clemmy to start their district action. And next week, your Trojans will be in action at South Hamilton as they start district play, and those are the games that help determine playoffs. And certainly the Trojans want to be part of those playoffs in October and November. So nice job to players and coaches tonight. Good crowd tonight, so job well done. We will see you again. We'll communicate to you whether or not we're able to broadcast next week or not. And if we're not able to, maybe Sheraton is. But we'll communicate that to you so you know. Have a great rest of your weekend.